Hey, 7th grade, good morning. 2.5 more weeks of this kind of school, all right? If you remember, that first week went really long, at least it did for me, just trying to figure out how to do things efficiently and things like that. But the last number of weeks have not been bad, so keep up your work, okay? You're doing all right. Don't worry about if your grades have slipped a little bit. That is to be expected. With school like this, not being used to this style, so don't worry about it. On that report card, if your last period grades are lower than what normal, make sure you have that report card labeled as the COVID-19, the coronavirus report card, and everybody will know what's up. All right, this is your math lesson for April 20th, Monday, April 20th. Lesson 153 and 154, the odds are due. We will look at a few of them and then just talk a little bit about lesson 155. Lesson 155 is due for Tuesday, April 21st, and that is the lesson that I will collect at the end of the week to grade. So carefully do lesson 155. Tomorrow's video, we will look at lesson 156, see what's in lesson 156, and then we'll do some random review. Make sure we know how we're to do things. Please pay attention to this review on the videos, okay? Just randomly, we do some review just to make sure that you know what's going on. So we will do that tomorrow. Lesson 155, due for Tuesday, and that is the one I'll collect, so check over it, do it well. All right. Let's look first of all, lesson 154, number 5, the circle graph. And this should be what your graph looked like, right? Your chart. So let's fill in the chart. First of all, let's make sure that we know what's going on. And this is a rather easy one. I'll show you why. All right, we have a total of what here? 100, 60, 40, that's 200. Oh, they already give you that. That's too bad. Yeah. All right. So let's work the proportions. Well, let's get these totals. Always 100% here. Always 360 degrees here, right? All right, let's figure out C. 40 over 20 equals what over 100? 40 over 20 equals C over 100, right? 200, sorry. Like, what's going on here, all right? If you want to, you can hack a couple zeros off here. You could even reduce this to lowest term, okay? If you reduce this to lowest term, 4 over 20 is 1/5. Okay, don't worry about it if you didn't do it. If you do it right, no matter how you do it, if you do it right, you'll get the same answer. But if you reduce these fractions, it makes everything easier. You just have, when you have smaller numbers to work with, the work is easier. So 4 over 20, 40 over 200 is 1/5. 4 divided by 4, 20 divided by 4, 1/5. 1 over 5 equals, okay, let's just make that 1 over 5. Can you see that? Make sure that's on the camera. 1/5. Nope, can't. Oh man. All right. Yeah, you can. There it is. Okay, 40 over 200 is 1/5. So you have 5C equals 100. Right? 5C equals 100. So it's simply 100 divided by 5. C equals 20. Is that why they crossed this one out in the book? No, that's right. So C is 20%. 50 plus 20 is what? 50 plus 20 is 70. 100 minus these two totals, 100 minus 70 is 30. So B is 30%. Okay, check your answers. Look at what you're doing. If you're not getting these right, then chop chop. Okay, I haven't told you that in a long time. I have done lots of these charts. And if you pay attention, they're not difficult because you know how to work proportions. The proportions are already set up for you. 40 over 200 equals what over 100? All right? Let's just stick with the same thing to figure out F. So we have 1/5. Let's erase this. Okay, we have established that 40 over 200, 40 over 200 equals 1/5. So we're working with 1/5 equals F over 360. F over 360. Can I understand? All right, so we have 5F equals 360. 5 divided by 5, 360 divided by 5. 5 into 360 would be 72. 5 into 36 is 7, that's 35. 10. F equals 72 degrees. All right. What's 100 plus 72? 180, sorry. 180 plus 72 would be what? 252. 360 minus 252. 108 degrees. All right. Now, one of the easy things with 50%, 50% is what of something? Half of something. 180 degrees is half of a circle. A 180 degree angle is a what? Is a straight line, right? So, for one of these angles, you don't even have to use your protractor because you know that 180 degrees is a straight line. Make a straight line through your circle. Half of this circle represents common, 50%. Common is 50%. I'm getting it jammed up. Sorry. Read it like this. 50%. All right? You got that taken care of. Now all you have to do is make one more angle. Let's make a 108 degree angle. So on from that line, line it up in the center. So using this line here, can you see? Using this line, go to 108 degrees. Here's 90. Use your top lines and top numbers, 100, 110. So 108 is somewhere in there. Make a line. Make sure you're looking at the right angle. Which one of these is 108 degrees? 108 degrees is an obtuse angle, more than 90 degrees. Your 72 degrees is less than a right angle, less than 90 degrees, so that's what you got there. So what do we have? Short at 30%. And long at 20%. And there you have it. check tomorrow. You have to make, this is lesson 156, lesson 155 that is due for Tuesday, and you will have to make a graph. You'll have to complete the chart and draw the graph. So please pay attention to this video to help you with that. That is what it should look like, and that is how you do it. All right, let's just grade a few more from 153 and 154. We won't look at any more on 154. 153, look at lesson 153, the odds. I'll just give you some answers here. We will look at lesson 155, and then we'll be done. Number 1, scale drawing. You should have the measurements 40 feet and 30 feet. If you want to have it measured as the length, L equals, but you don't have to. 40 feet, 30 feet are the two that you need to have there. Number 3, the missing side is 6 inches. Number 5, what was his total investment? What was the total amount that he owes? So that is principal plus interest. So you need to figure out the interest. That is 40,000 times 0.08 times 4. That will give you $12,800 of interest. Add $12,800 to your 40,000. And the answer that I need is, you should have an addition problem to figure this out. Principal plus interest equals $52,800. $52,800. Number 7 is Stockholm. Stockholm is at H5. Number 9, pay attention to the directions. I need the sum. What does sum mean? Sum means I'm adding. What are the rules of adding signed numbers? Well, go back to lesson 138 if you are not sure, and do it. Number 9 is positive 1. Positive means plus 1. Number 11 is negative 13. Number 13, volume of a cylinder, 100.48 cubic feet. 100.48 cubic feet. And that is all we are doing on 153 and 154. Lesson 155. Pay attention to the directions up top. This first part is simply going by the numbers up top. 6 hectares equals how many meters squared? Well, look, how many meters squared in a hectare? Meters squared. 1 hectare equals 10,000 meters squared. So 1 hectare equals 10,000 meters squared. Do the math, that would be multiplied to get an answer. So all those answers there will come from the numbers on your directions of 155. Number 5, we will look more at these scale drawings on tomorrow's video, but find the length and the width of the garden in yards. It is drawn to the scale of 1/4 inch. All right, so you measure it. If it is 2 inches or whatever it is, where is it? 156. Oh, I'm looking at 155, sorry, 156. 156, find the length. No, 155, I'm sorry, I'm all messed up. 155 is where we're supposed to be, I apologize. So 1/4 inch equals 12 yards. So you measure your line, 1/4 inch equals 12 yards. One of these is about 1 3/4. So how many fourths of an inch is 1 3/4? 1 inch is 4 quarters, plus 3 more, that's 7. So your length is 7 times 12 yards, right? 7 times, because there's 7 fourths there, 7 times 12 yards, that's your length. Figure out the width. Make sure you do lesson 155 carefully. You do not have to do number 6. Is there anything else? Anything else on checks? Anything having to do with checks, you can skip. Number 6, you can skip. Lesson 155 for tomorrow, Tuesday. Thank you very much.